Good evening, everybody. So, as you can see, I have the fan on. It's pretty humid and warm here in Chiang Mai. So, I did a blog post on my website yesterday, and so I would like to make this video about the same themes about which I was writing about yesterday. I will link my website in the description box, so whoever is interested in the details, feel free to go there and read the post. So it is really about astrology today, and there are many videos out about the full moon already. So I have been working on some other things the last weeks, and so I have done this post, and today now this video is about the chart which shows or unfolds the energies of the next few weeks and some months, depends which planets are involved. Some are pretty slow moving, right? So it's the chart is of the 13th of May, 8 p.m. Chiang Mai time. That's the actual day and time of Venus starting her retrograde, and it's the day after Saturn starts or started, or anyway, his retrograde. So I have seen in the chart, it's pretty colorful, as we have a lot of aspects. Actually, it's all somehow connected. I didn't see any planet or asteroid or anything that stands alone. So I thought that this seems a lot of activity to be going on. So, yeah, there is also a kite that is also, as you can imagine, it's a grand trine. So a trine is 120 degrees, it's 320 degrees angles. And there is an opposition, and then there is the opposition focal point is then also connecting to the two other trine points. So this kite picture with the trine is very beneficial energy. It is very harmonic flow in a grand trine, but it's often not accessible for us. So we need to be a little bit pushed to access it, and for that we have an opposition. And that focal point then is also connected in two sextiles, and so those energies can beneficially help to make the best out of the opposition, and therefore then activate the grand trine. That's how that should work. So I will read a little bit out of the post I made. So the grand trine of the kite is formed by Juno, the asteroid Juno, in conjunction with the the dwarf planet Makemake in Virgo. The other point is Mercury in Taurus. And then the big stellium in Capricorn. The stellium is formed by 4 planets or asteroids conjoining each other. It's Jupiter, Chariclo, Pallas, and Saturn. The focal point, so that is the opposition from Juno and Makemake. There we have Chiron and Lilith conjoined in the constellation of Pisces. So dark moon Lilith and Chiron together is very, very powerful and may bring some difficult energies, as dark moon Lilith is representing the suppressed instinctual divine feminine, but it's often said more of the dark side of the divine feminine. So I don't really see it this way. I more perceive her as just the really instinctual part, and it is not something that it is only for women. No, it is the female energies we all do have inside us. We all do have the divine masculine and the divine feminine parts within us. So that has nothing to do with the gender. It's just the energy form. And so the more feminine things or themes are the intuition, for example, is these knowings about. It's also the feelings, the emotions, and all these kind of things. Yeah, these are the feminine energies. The masculine, that is the innovation, it's the action, it's the doing, and so on. So that's why we need both, right? I mean, you cannot only do without any feeling or any idea or any of these creative energies, and you cannot be just in those without any action, right? I mean, it doesn't work. I mean, it's like you have a great idea what to cook for dinner, but you never cook. So there won't be a dinner, even so you have a great idea. So this can bring a little bit difficulties for some people, especially those who are not used to those powerful feminine energies, or like to suppress them, or like to not lift them. But you have to give them some room. They are there, and they want to be lifted. They need to be lifted. If you don't give them space, they will create some imbalance, and that you feel as well. Then that can represent itself within other problems. Then, so okay, these energies are pretty intense, and as I said, there are beneficials, and so it's the whole stellium, as I said, is in a sextile to it, so it will bring beneficial soothing energy, if you want, to that theme. They are in themselves, they are not really soothing, but because it's quite a big pack there, yeah. And on the other side, we have Mercury, and Mercury to me is pretty light, you know. He's the fun, loving communicator and messenger, and he is about commerce, and he is multitasking, and he is very vivid, and and it's not a heavy energy, it's air, yeah. So it's all about the mind and logic and communicative. Uh-oh. So it could become pretty loud here. It seems some rain will start. Anyway, I try to go on. And so, yeah, he's pretty neutral. And as I said, an air sign or an air planet. And so that is pretty light. And so he is in Taurus. Taurus is a feminine earth sign and represents the physical, the body, but also the value system we may have, but not in a elevated way. It's more or not in such a deep way. It is more really it's more on the physical and not so much on the inner levels. So it's a bit like Venus. Yeah, Venus is also the ruler of Taurus. So it's a lot about the value system. So that also includes money. It includes property and the land, earth. Yeah, and so these are these more, let's say, a bit more grounded, down to earth, physical, bodily energies. So, and that combines not too bad with this airy, neutral, fast, logic energies of Mercury, right? So that can bring a little bit of grounding, but in a good way. So the opposition point, yeah, that's Juno and Makemake. That is Makemake is a newly discovered dwarf planet, and Makemake is a creator god from, oh, I forgot from where. Anyway, I will try. I will find it out, and I will put that down in the description box. I don't remember. But it's a kind of a creator god, yeah. So, but it's more on the administrating level. So it's administrating resources, and so yeah. And Juno. Juno is an asteroid, and she stands for like one-to-one relationships, but so those of all kind. It can be in business, it can be friends, it can be neighbors or whatever, just all kind of people, but more like one-to-one, and to act in a balanced, mature way she will present herself in an equal, fair, and balanced way. So really, I think that is something we could really need now in this world, right? Before and as well probably after those lockdowns, right? That's what I call it now. It's like the before and after, yeah. So um, anyway, well, we'll see. And the stellium, yeah, there is a lot of energy going on there. I mean, we have Jupiter there. He is he empowers everything. So he is really he stands for growth. He just wants to everything to grow, to become bigger, and but also our fuel. He wants to make everything seen. So, and so he is also about truth. And that is something we all prefer to the lies anyway, right? So, yeah. And he is also about long distance travels. But that's a little bit difficult thing right now. And we have Pallas Athena, we have Chariklo, and we have Saturn. Saturn, many people dislike Saturn because many people or many astrologers or astrology students, as myself, describe him as limiting. That he puts limitations, and I don't think so. He wants to mature. He wants he brings responsibility, but responsibility you decide, and then if it's something what you want to take responsibility for, then that is not limiting. It's just it's you are responsible. You are responsible for yourself. So it's up to you if that is limiting then. So, and he's also about structures. I mean, we are a structure too, right? So, or yeah, you may structure your life, your day. You may live in a building, right? A building is a structure too, yeah. But of course, we have more structures. It's those like society, political, religious. These are all structures. Churches. I mean, yeah, you have. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Those can be limiting, but we put them into place ourselves. And so, yeah, now we could change them, couldn't we? So much about those energies, yeah? And now we have the lunar nodes. The lunar nodes, they stand in the same sign for about 1.5 years. And Chiang Mai time, I think I saw on the 7th of September, they will change from the constellation of sidereal Gemini to Taurus. And so will the south node change. They are always in opposition, yeah. So it's an axis. So that will change into Scorpio. And is now Gemini opposite is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and so this is in a natal chart. We say the lunar nodes describe our soul path. So it's like also on a collective now. It is the path we should go as a collective. It is the North Node says where we should go, like the task, yeah, and the South Node speaks about the things we already know, or maybe also some abilities or some gifts we have, some talents that comes from the South Node. So, but some of them we have to kind of overcome. We have to take the positive what we learned and then bring it into or to the North Node so that we can access the North Node. Yeah. And then we are in a good flow because it's the same axis. So, and that change will be pretty significant. But now we are still in Gemini Sagittarius axis, so we have that higher view of Sagittarius, or we can gain it. And Sagittarius is also about higher learning, about the higher view. He is one of the elder, yeah. Sagittarius and Capricorn, they are the elder of the zodiac, yeah. And Gemini, that is more like a teenager. But I don't mean one is better than the other. Absolutely not. It's just another kind of energy. Gemini is like I told you before about Mercury. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So it is a light air energy, yeah? And it's so much about communication, but also about siblings, about neighbors, about it's really being social and bringing the teams, bringing everything into daily life. So it's not so much about the spiritual world, maybe. Even so, it can be. Maybe we have to bring the spiritual world into our daily lives, but it's more about the daily life, that what we have around us every day, our neighbors, our friends, our family, our work, whatever we do, it's the daily life. So, and what we have in Sagittarius, the higher views, the higher learning, and we can take those experiences or what we learned from or what we saw into practical everyday life. So, and as I said, you remember Mercury is standing as the ruler of Gemini at the one point of this grand trine. So, isn't that beneficial? So, there we have also, where was I here? Da, 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 da. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that I completely forgot. See, it's good I have to print out here. It's pretty interesting because the south node in Sagittarius is conjoined by Ixion. Ixion is an asteroid, and he is considered to be the father of many of the centaurs. Well, but he represents, on the negative side, lies, betrayal, overpowering, cheating, and even murder, according to the mythology. On the positive side, we have inventiveness and joy and lust for life. That sounds really positive, I think. So, if we combine that with the South Node and Sagittarius, and keep in mind, okay, so that conjunction means, but we know already what we've learned already, and with that information we should now bring into daily life. Lies and betrayals and murder. Well, you think by yourself. So, the sun stands in the last few degrees of Aries and gives emphasis to the themes of new beginnings and innovative action. That is Aries. And also in Aries, there we have Uranus. Uranus is the liberator. So, but he is also the scientist. One of my teachers, she said something once. I thought that funny. She said Uranus can be anything between the brilliant and the mad scientist. So, and I thought that very funny. So I probably won't forget that expression anymore. So maybe it helps you too. So anyway, so Uranus the liberator and scientist, but all in a humanitarian way, is also in the constellation of Aries. And so we have these energies through the lenses of the new beginnings and the innovative action. So, and the sun as well. Powerful. So, also, the ruler of Aries is Mars. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Now, yeah, you may know already, Mars is now in Aquarius. So, the two have to answer each other now, yeah? So, Uranus from Aries to Mars, and Mars in Aquarius to Uranus. So, they are messaging each other now all the time. Or are they using Mercury? So, anyway, they have to answer to each other now. And similar as Uranus, Aquarius is also an air sign, and it's free. It's the liberation. It's the science, technology. So it's really a lot about the logic mind and also having a higher view, but it's also about society and groups and collectives. Yeah. So it's really a good energy. Also, the constellation Eridanos, the river of life, it ends or flows the delta into Aquarius. Yeah. So that is, I think that is pretty interesting to see that one as well. So we have Mars in there, and we also have Ceres there. Ceres. Yeah, I know my pronunciation. That's because I'm a Swiss German native speaker. So don't forget about that and forgive me. And I hope you still can follow me. So Ceres, she's a dwarf planet, and is called the goddess of agriculture, nature, and living in its flow. These are her themes. So she asks for appreciation and love for herself and the environment. So if you think now, hey, we have Mars as the innovative, action-oriented planet in there, new beginnings, right? And they are both in the scientific, technological, humanitarian sign of Aquarius, and she represents agriculture and the love and appreciation for the self and the environment. Interesting. So we also have Neptune. He is just at the very end of Aquarius, and the constellation. It's really he's already under the head of the fish, yeah, but still in the sign of Aquarius. But so it is really these last few degrees they are a little bit more watery already, yeah, and not only airy as the main part of Aquarius, yeah. So it's already a little bit influenced there. And so Neptune, he is the spiritual one, the transcendent, but also god of the waters. So don't forget to drink water. Really, I've never done such a long video. So anyway, so Neptune, he can be a little bit tricky in the way that he likes to shade, to veil things. But I think he would like us to actually lift up those veils and see behind and see who we are and transcend into the watery and his home sign Pisces. So, but that will take a little while now. But if we think about all of that, yeah, lifting the veils, new beginnings, a lot of communication, a lot of Gemini, a lot of bringing the learned into the daily life, to use the higher views, the higher learning, to unveil, uncover the lies, seeing the truth, and then use the new beginnings in an equal, balanced, humanitarian way, and start anew and build new. Doesn't sound that perfect? So that it is for today. And as I said, I will link my website where you can find the post, and some other things, posts on there as well. So feel free to read whatever you want. It's not a big thing on there yet, because, or not so many different yet, as I just started it, as you know. So yeah, but everybody is free to go and have a look if you are interested in. So I hope you like that video, and I will see you again for the next steps of the unfolding. So I wish you a great time, and I see you soon. Much love. Bye.